We acknowledge that we are gathering on the traditional and unceded territory of the Northern Secwepemc Nation in Tehelk, or the Williams Lake First Nation. We are privileged to live, work, and play in these lands, and grateful to the Williams Lake First Nation that we remain in settlement here. In the spirit of reconciliation, this acknowledgement is a call, not only to remember the violence that erased the Tehelk village 150 years ago, but to live in accord and to make future decisions with respect. This is a call to live, work, and create in an ecologically sustainable way, and to protect, embrace, and stand up for the rights of Indigenous people.
Welcome to the 5th in Performances in the Park Listen Live sessions featuring spoken word poet Dana de Samedi. My name is Sonia Littlejohn, board member of the Community Arts Council of Williams Lake. Thank you for tuning in. The series is presented by the Central Cariboo Arts and Culture Society with the financial support of the City of Williams Lake and Cariboo Regional District under the management of the Community Arts Council of Williams Lake. Before we get to Dana's performance, we'll take a little time to tell you about our gold sponsors for the entire series. Thompson Rivers University Williams Lake campus is celebrating 50 years in our community. Visit www.tru.ca/50 to learn more. The West Fraser Truckers Association and the Williams Lake and District Credit Union have both been repeat sponsors. We offer a huge thank you for the generous contributions you are making to the arts and culture community here in Williams Lake. On with the show. For this session of Listen Live, filmed in downtown Williams Lake, you'll want to slide in close. Within Dana de Samedi's work, you'll find humor and honesty, a poet slicing through difficult and beautiful subject matter to reveal personal and allegorical truths. He's a multi-talented artist, penning poetry and rap, while also producing beats and podcasts. He's a gifted teacher too, sharing the tool of poetry with young people as much as possible. To learn more about Dana, visit his website at danadesamedi.com.
I have no idea what I'm doing in this life. There, I said it. But how can you blame me? I mean, if ignorance is bliss, then the search for knowledge is bound to end in chaos. So now I'm bored. As if the gods don't intrigue me anymore and psychological war has turned into a cliche. Confused like infinity. Yearning to be picture perfect, hoping to catch a Kodak moment, hoping it'll last forever, knowing that it'll never stay long enough to say cheese. I do not understand how calling someone the shh is supposed to be a compliment. Since when did human feces become the standard for praise? I have no idea what I'm doing in this life. I mean, if love is war, and war causes nothing but pain, why? Please tell me, why in the heck do we fall in love? Well, the only thing I can come up with is that we are all selfish douchebags wishing to inflict harm sarcastically and to be loved for it. They tell me money doesn't grow on trees. Then how is it the root of all evil, the most popular language? Why aren't we speaking in broken angelic, influencing its bloom into the tree of life? I am so down because between God and the almighty TV, I've had it up to here with the manipulation of my soul. You are the average consumer. Damned, damaged, and doomed to be a calculation of mediocrity. You are like an epic book. After watching the movie first, your imagination replaced with a compilation of pixels made to look like pictures. You are just plain old regular Joe or Jane Doe, only connecting on a cellular level. buying more into the advertisement than the product, judging not by how good it is, but by how many commercials say how good it is. If you know what the heck I'm saying, can I get an amen or something relatively close? Because I have no idea what I'm doing in this life except for what I'm doing right now. So go ahead. Make up your own meaning for this poem, because by the time it's done, I'll have clearly been sidetracked, but hey. Sometimes minds don't spark into flames without a few chips of rock going missing, and sometimes half-finished thoughts just seem more realistic. But what do I know? I have no idea what I'm doing in this life. You are messed up beautiful. To me, you're an artist, drawing a fine line between heaven-sent and hell-bound, as if you were down to earth, bound to unbound ways, honest to the point of promises of days where you won't be how you usually are. I forgive you already. I told you. I have trouble smiling, but with you, I can see my green tea-stained teeth grinning like the Grinch planning a nightmare before Christmas. So when I say I got your back, I mean the side of you people don't see, or won't see because they're blind to your dark light like your nightmares. You curse like a sailor in slurs of words that mean everything to me. So if the heart's a muscle, then you are my workout plan. You are my best kept, unkept secret, and it's funny because I can get optimistically pessimistic. And every asset I have is underlined with memories explained in the past tense, just so you know. But you say I make your life an ecstatic, spasmodic text. So if I shaped your being through manipulation and cater to mine so I could better cater to you because I know myself that well, would you be mad at me? Or would you see yourself in me like a non-reflective mirror and wonder if you're the gasoline or the fire to my thoughts? You shouldn't think that hard. Feel it out. Like a virgin's first sexual escapade, emotions escalate in your presence. I hope you know that, but you know that, I know that you know that. So when you tell me I'm your favorite, I believe you. So I'll never be too cool or manly to let people know I need you in public. Sometimes I wonder if I was more messed up than you first expected, would you forgive me? And give me everything I asked for, like a backdoor escape ladder for times I'm too tired to help anybody but myself. But you see me as a multifaceted man with a dark past, light present, and gray future, who loves twisted movies and soft kittens, apparently. 20/20 vision, but still blind. I see you clearer than the moonlight sees sin, like blood sees kin. You trust me. Like lust, trust one more drink. Sometimes I think that you're thinking about what I'm thinking about at the moments that I'm thinking about them. So if you cried, I'd never find it weird. I'd let my shoulder skin soak up your tears and I'd hear everything you said. This is called body language. Because we're all mixed with mixed emotions, with tricks up our sleeves, trying to grieve for anything that we deem worthy, or maybe that's just us. Yeah, that's just us. And in this infinite equation called life, you are a plus, and I hate math. So the fact that I can turn a negative into a positive means that you've allowed me to calculate your open wounds that can only be seen if you've seen scenes of broken dreams and heartache seamed and re-seamed just to get broken again. We didn't meet that long ago. So if you ever catch me leaving, just tell me how much you care and want to share what we dare to have, like two skyscrapers trying to talk to a God that they're not sure of. And my God, I hope you see our epicness. So forgive us. Like you said in the books, people changed the wording too, because we're hurting too. So for the moments we steal each other's happiness, I hope you can forgive us for being crooks. You are messed up beautiful. And you tend not to forget things. So I hope you can memorize me by heart. Everybody's dumb. Everyone is ugly. Everybody says they know what love is till they don't, but everyone is smart. And everybody's beautiful, that's even when they're not. And that stuff gets confusing when you're just another human. But I've learned to love the bruises, so I touch them when they're raw. Just testing if I'm strong and self-accepting. Never less than second guessing why I am alive at all. Like sometimes I wonder why at all. You're either trying to exist or exit. Someone told me heaven had a guest list. Well, then I guess the people there are snobs keeping it exclusive. Well, then they're stupid and they're wrong, and that could be disputed. Well, I'm new to this, so what's God then? What's up, man? What's happening? Life ain't supposed to be fair. Got these emotional bags, still packing like I'm open to stay. Like that's the stuff that I was hoping you'd say, but no one sounds convincing. I try not to go on instinct, but these gut feelings suck like a cut bleeding upwards. You can call it suicide. I just call it us first. Like what's worse? Death or life's worse? You say, but life's worth it because everything has got a price. So what's that? Or I'm worthless, black, or vice versa. My sins make shadows skin like night surplus, but you're afraid of the dark. And you won't tell me you're racist. You just pretend to see no color. A frenemy's own brother, so when I get complacent, all you do is want to talk. Avoiding conversation, but history's a rainbow. 50 shades of hate crimes, you know how the saying goes. Trying to see the big picture, sure hope that the frame holds, cause privilege is poker-faced. And all I got is race cards. And you just call them jokers. Don't even bother to bluff. Deep pockets keep options at rest like peace offerings offered in jest like, please officer, stop it, I'm not resisting arrest. And I would say that it takes some getting used to. But this is what I'm used to, so forgive me if my distance is unusual. Sometimes I just get pissed we're still not equal. I'm a pigment of your imagination. Testing your humanity or vanity's inflation, whether you're a man or effeminate in nature, or whether you imagine taking off up in a spaceship or maybe in a TARDIS. Trying to solve all of the matrix, nothing ever changes unless you decide to say shh. So this is verbal diarrhea, or just another race poem's onomatopoeia, but whatever, go ahead and discredit anything I say that's relevant. All I see is color, room full of pink elephants. Happiness, nothing, frustration, anger, guilt, shame, sadness, repeat. Happiness, nothing, frustration, anger, guilt, shame, sadness, repeat. You can't tell who I am today, but if you watch me closely, sometimes my body talks. An interpretation of my symptoms, leaving subtitles for your convenience. I'm not crazy. But I often say my life is like a movie, forgetting that my mania has episodes, so I count my age in seasons. Treat my memories like plot arcs with carefully timed musical scores, garnering empathy and character interest. A series of unfortunate events, as if my highs and lows weren't always so black and white. Like when life loses its luster, I can't tell if I'm bored or suicidal. See, at my main core, I'm trapped in a brainstorm. Sun shines, but the rain forms from clouds that come and go like the eye of it. Blinking me in and out of existentialism, thoughts racing like metal death machines. So sometimes I lose track of time, like whose line is it anyway? Apparently not mine. My tongue mined for its silver. I have nothing left to hide. When your mind gives double-edged swords new meaning, battle takes on a life of its own. So sometimes you look at me like you're not sure what to do with my energy. Whether it's a dress or bow-tied, whether it's a dress or bow tie, sometimes you burn the candle on both sides of the same coin. Like a mere flick of the thumb, the distance between the dialogue of my duality. As if I fancied myself a Batman villain, scarred by resentment, rejected by bodies of water with toxic traits. I call myself adaptable, maintaining my roots while letting the wind take lead like Jesus behind the wheel. If only history was that easy. I feel like a mirror, understanding finally what it means to see from the other side, but sometimes I reach a middle ground. A mound where I pitch ideas while my mood swings for the fences, feeling like the man while I prima donna. I ain't no thief, but I don't need no honor. I don't know what that line means yet. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I get the script wrong, even though I wrote it. Sometimes I conform and change form and frame pictures in bad taste. The inevitability of switching directors mid-season. Plot holes. I have a bad memory. Easily distracted. I smile out of protection. So sometimes I get so nervous I laugh at nothing. I may not be your kind of person. To you, maybe I am crazy. Crazy enough to love you empty-handed. Crazy enough to love you even if we were polar opposites. A nocturnal being with illusions of grandeur, I hope you enjoy the show. Turning my identity into a graceful act I learned from the best of them. Lights, cameras, drama, action, happiness, nothing, frustration, anger, guilt, shame, sadness, repeat, and scene. I am not for mere mortals. You must prove your worth. To awaken my body from its slumber, put your affection on display. Auction off your inhibitions, show me how you place value on my existence as if these reality checks won't sign themselves. Give me romance. Compare me to the beauty of inanimate objects longing for intimacy. If you have nothing to give, then give me your nothing. Love me from the inside out, make it gory. I promise to not be what you expected. I am not your average emotional roller coaster. I mean, what is it that sliced bread has that I don't? Glorifying being cut into pieces. I am a poet, aren't I? I should be good at that. My body is not a wonderland, but a prayer to my temple, a meticulously crafted altar sculpted in dirt and time. I intend to paint it in ink. Some would call it graffiti. You will call it rebellious art, learning to speak my sign language. I call it broken English. I know that you can hear the accent in my heartbeat. I've learned to fight those who would call me foreign. I may have rolled with one too many punches, so be tender. Do not let the buckling of my knees be an indicator of your worth, as if even love is an illusion. Make me a magician's apprentice. Teach me your tricks of the trade so that when I am burnt or cut in half, the audience will know that it is just an act. Treat me as if life is a simulation. Leave me to God's devices like a Sims 4 character. Set me on auto. Let me live, love, laugh, crash, and burn on my own terms. I've gotten too used to having my buttons pushed. Like ready, set, player one, this is not an invitation. I am not a gift to be opened at a later date, nor a snack for your instant gratification. Give me comfort. Cover me in false beliefs with a hint of truth, like an abstract noun followed by a blanket statement. Again, give me comfort. Cover me in false beliefs with a hint of truth, like an abstract noun followed by a blanket statement. I stopped believing in fairy tales, kind of like learning about the Matrix. I wish there was a purple pill, because some omissions make good pillows, but I am not the type that you should sleep on. I am not for mere mortals. You must prove your worth. To awaken my body from its slumber, put your affection on display, auction off your inhibitions, show me how you place value on my existence. I'm not supposed to exist. Some would lead you to believe I would leave at the sound of responsibility. Running at the speed of commitment, they'll tell you that my presence is meant to be felt from afar. To be seen in a negative light, a shadow of the role I'm supposed to play, a hollow version of the person you deserve. The nerve of the media. Believe they'll mislead you. Because I am contrary to popular belief, they'll call me something of a fairy tale. A unicorn in uniform as a father who isn't supposed to be there, nothing short of a miracle in dark skin. I should be missing in action, popping in and out of the picture like a 3D movie, breaking pinky promises by bedtime, bedside stories told out of wedlock, lost in a land of narrative, calling me a neglectful parent. Emotionally unavailable, road bound to join a man named Jack,
shirking duties out of bad habit. I am not an anomaly, because statistically speaking, the numbers have been lying, studies conducted to convince you of my laziness, proof of my reluctance to love, testaments of my immaturity. My daughter, one day you will come to me, ashamed of your heritage, letting your thoughts be colonized by doubt. I will tell you a story about how I used to be afraid of my own shadow until I realized that black was just a misunderstood rainbow trying to escape its stigma. Speaking in a language meant to destroy us, they'll ask you who you are. Tell them of African descent. From head nods to shared silences, our ancestors as old as origin, history as rich as existence, we call it tradition. We have dead that peer pressure making diamonds of us all, making us aware of our royalty. We are not bound by bondage or chains, but by our bonds and the change we make when we're one in the same. We write stories with our bodies, dancing with our fingers, weaving freedom into our hair. We are reminders that God does not color in between the lines. You are a contribution to a story told in melanin. Some would have you believe a different narrative, conditioned to be self-loathing, as if we didn't have memory in our veins of kingdoms, jealous that the sun had shown us favor. Do not believe in the propaganda. The hype was never real. We were never meant to fit in boxes. Believe in the shades of your children. Believe in the tales of your elders. I know that you'll hear stories about the dark, but you are a mini revolution, rewriting history with your existence. You have great power. And you know what they say, with great power comes great responsibility. So I'll always be here. As permanent as your shadow, my daughter, one day you will come to me unsure of your culture, unaware of your rich history. I will tell you a story about how I'm not supposed to exist. Some would lead you to believe I would leave at the sound of responsibility, running at the speed of commitment. I am not a superhero, so I will never be the invisible man. But I am Black Dad.
Thanks again for tuning in to Performances in the Park online sessions of Listen Live, presented by Central Cariboo Arts and Culture Society, with the support of the City of Williams Lake and the Cariboo Regional District. Find us on Facebook to learn more about the whole series of performances we filmed for you this summer. Thanks again to our sponsors, and we'll see you again the next time we listen live.
We're going to be going down there.
The future really is here already.
We're going to start off nice and simple.
Every garden tells a story.
What will you make? Will it be something useful, something funny, something beautiful?